Beloved, take a deep breath and allow yourself to be present in this moment. The anxious mind is not your truth. It is simply a habit of thought that you have practiced for too long. Today, we begin a new practice, a gentle and loving one that leads you toward inner calm. When anxiety rises, it is not here to punish you. It is a signal asking you to return to peace. You have the power to guide your mind back home. Each thought is a seed, and you get to choose which ones to plant. When you choose thoughts of peace, love, and safety, your inner garden begins to bloom with calmness. Repeat these words with me. I am safe. I am supported. I am at peace. Let them sink into every cell of your body. Imagine that with every exhale, you are releasing fear, tension, and worry. With every inhale, you are welcoming serenity, trust, and balance. Daily practice is the key. In the morning, place your hand over your heart and whisper, "Today I choose peace." Whenever your mind becomes restless, pause, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, "This moment is gentle and I am safe." Before you sleep, give thanks for one thing that brought you calm, no matter how small. Gratitude quiets the anxious mind and invites more peace into your life. Your mind is your tool, not your master. You can teach it to rest. You can guide it toward calm waters. Be patient with yourself, for healing is not about force, but about softness. Every breath, every affirmation, every moment of awareness is a step toward the freedom you seek. Beloved, your natural state is peace. Anxiety is only a passing cloud. Beneath it, the sky of your being remains vast and clear. Each day, as you practice returning to calm, you align more fully with the truth of who you are, safe, loved, and whole. Anxiety often feels overwhelming because the mind convinces you that it defines who you are. Yet, in truth, anxiety is not your identity. It is not your essence. It is simply a pattern, a habit of thought that has been practiced again and again until it feels familiar. When you begin to see it in this light, you remove its power over you. Just like any habit, anxious thinking can be unlearned and replaced with something gentler, kinder, and more supportive. Your true self is not fearful or restless. Your true self is calm, steady, and deeply at peace. The anxious mind is like static on a radio, noise that comes and goes, but beneath it there is always the steady signal of peace waiting to be heard. When you catch yourself spiraling into anxious thoughts, remind yourself that these thoughts are not facts, they are simply habits being replayed. You have the power to choose again, to pause, breathe, and introduce new words into your inner dialogue. Instead of believing the anxious story, you can affirm safety, love, and support. Over time, as you continue to practice new thoughts, the anxious habit loses its strength, and your calm nature shines more brightly. Every thought you hold in your mind carries energy, and this energy shapes the way you feel in your body and the way you experience your life. When you think fearful or restless thoughts, you plant seeds of tension and unease, and those seeds grow into patterns of anxiety. But when you choose thoughts of love, peace, and safety, you are planting seeds that blossom into calmness and balance. Just as a garden becomes what you nurture, your inner world reflects the attention you give it. If you feed your mind with worry, it multiplies, but if you feed your mind with gentleness and reassurance, you will see peace begin to bloom. Each time you notice a thought, you have a choice. You can let it spiral into fear, or you can consciously shift it toward a thought that brings comfort and trust. This shift may seem small at first, but every chosen thought is like water on the soil of your being, slowly transforming the landscape of your inner life. Over time, by consistently planting and nurturing peaceful thoughts, your anxious mind softens, your heart feels lighter, and calm becomes the natural environment in which you live. Affirmations are gentle yet powerful tools that help reprogram the mind and release old patterns of fear and doubt. When you repeat phrases such as, "I am safe, I am supported, I am at peace," you are sending new instructions to your subconscious, replacing anxious habits with words of comfort and strength. The anxious mind often runs on autopilot, replaying the same fearful thoughts, but affirmations interrupt this cycle and create space for healing. By speaking these words with intention and feeling, You are not just saying them, you are embodying them, teaching your mind and body a new way to respond. At first, it may feel strange or forced, especially if you are used to thoughts of worry. But with practice, the words begin to sink deeper and you start to believe them. The more you repeat affirmations, the more natural they become until they feel like truths that anchor you in calm. Each affirmation is a reminder that you are not powerless, that you have within you the ability to choose peace. With daily repetition, affirmations transform from simple words into a soothing inner voice that reassures you in moments of anxiety and brings you back to balance. The breath is one of the most powerful tools you carry with you, always available, always ready to bring you back to balance. When the mind is anxious, it tends to shorten and quicken the breath, feeding the body with signals of stress. By consciously slowing down and deepening your breathing, you begin to calm the nervous system and remind yourself that you are safe. With every inhale, imagine drawing in peace, light, and steadiness. With every exhale, imagine releasing fear, worry, and tension. This simple practice shifts your focus away from racing thoughts and anchors you in the present moment where peace is always available. Even a few slow, mindful breaths can interrupt a spiral of anxious thinking and create a sense of spaciousness inside. As you continue to practice, your body learns to associate breathing with safety and calm, and over time, it becomes a natural response to stress. You don't have to wait for anxiety to arise to use your breath. You can practice throughout the day, taking intentional pauses to breathe deeply. Each conscious breath becomes a reminder of your inner strength and your ability to return to peace whenever you choose. Beginning your day with intention sets the tone for everything that follows. And when that intention is peace, you give yourself a gift that carries through every moment. Upon waking, before the mind becomes busy with plans or worries, place your hand gently over your heart and connect with your inner self. Whisper to yourself, "Today, I choose peace." These simple words signal to your mind and body that you are in charge of your inner state, no matter what unfolds outside of you. By setting this clear intention, you invite your day to unfold with greater ease, and you remind yourself that you always have the power to choose how you respond. As you repeat this affirmation, feel it as though it is already true. Imagine yourself moving through the day with calmness, handling challenges with grace, and meeting others with patience and kindness. This morning ritual does not take long, but its impact is profound, for it plants the seed of peace before anxiety has a chance to take root. Each morning becomes an opportunity to begin again, to align your thoughts with serenity, and to choose the calm that already lies within you when moments of anxiety arise. The most powerful thing you can do is pause. Instead of fighting the feeling or letting it spiral, give yourself permission to stop and breathe. The pause itself interrupts the anxious cycle and creates a space where you can gently remind yourself of the truth. Take a slow inhale, feel your lungs expand, and release the breath with the intention of letting go of tension. In this stillness, whisper to yourself, "I am safe in this moment." These words become an anchor, pulling you back from the storm of restless thoughts and into the calm of the present. Each pause reminds you that you are not helpless in the face of anxiety, that you always have the ability to choose how you respond. The body relaxes, the heart steadies, and the mind begins to quiet when you allow yourself to step away from panic and back into awareness. Even if anxiety returns, you can pause again, and with each repetition, you strengthen this practice. Over time, your mind learns that safety is not something outside of you, but something you can create within yourself, one breath and one pause at a time. As the day comes to an end, taking time to reflect on gratitude can bring a deep sense of calm to the anxious mind. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is troubling you to what is nourishing you, and even the smallest blessings can carry great power. Before you close your eyes to rest, think of at least one moment from your day that brought you comfort or ease. It may be as simple as a smile from someone you love, a quiet moment of stillness, or even the breath that carried you through difficult times. By choosing to honor these moments, you tell your mind to settle into appreciation rather than worry. This practice gently rewires your thoughts, guiding you to see the good that exists alongside the challenges. Gratitude softens the grip of anxiety, for it invites feelings of safety and abundance into your heart. As you rest your head on the pillow, let yourself say thank you to life for supporting you in ways both seen and unseen. This nightly habit becomes a ritual of peace, preparing your mind for restful sleep and teaching your heart to notice the beauty that is always present in your journey. The mind is a remarkable tool, but it was never meant to control you. It was meant to serve you. When anxiety takes over, it can feel as though your thoughts are the master and you are simply a follower. But the truth is that you have the ability to guide your mind toward rest and calmness. Thoughts are like clouds that pass across the sky, and you are the sky itself, vast and unshaken. By remembering that you are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves, you reclaim your power. You can choose which thoughts to engage with and which ones to let drift away. When you consciously direct your mind toward peace, you train it to work for you instead of against you. This practice requires patience, for the anxious mind is used to running freely, but with consistent, gentle redirection, it learns to follow your lead. Remind yourself often, "My mind is my servant, not my master." With each repetition, the balance shifts and you feel greater ease in choosing calm. Over time, your thoughts align more with peace and less with fear, creating an inner environment where anxiety no longer holds authority. True healing is never about force or control. It is about gentleness, patience, and allowing yourself to grow at your own pace. Anxiety often pushes you to believe that you must fix everything immediately, but lasting peace comes from softening, not from struggle. When you approach yourself with compassion instead of judgment, you create space for calm to naturally arise. Each small step, each conscious breath, and each kind thought toward yourself is part of the healing journey. There is no need to rush or compare your progress, for peace unfolds in its own time. Imagine holding a fragile flower in your hand. If you squeeze too tightly, it is crushed, but if you hold it gently, it blossoms. Your mind works in the same way, responding to kindness more than pressure. The anxious mind is soothed by reassurance and steadiness, not criticism or impatience. By practicing softness with yourself, you begin to dissolve the fear and tension that anxiety feeds on. Over time, this consistent gentleness reshapes your inner world, making calm your natural state. Healing is not a destination to reach, but a way of being, cultivated moment by moment through kindness and patience toward yourself. Peace is the essence of who you are, the natural state that exists beneath every layer of fear, worry, or restlessness. Anxiety may feel strong, but is only a passing visitor, like a cloud drifting across the sky. The sky does not disappear because clouds cover it, and in the same way, your peace never disappears because of anxious thoughts. It remains steady and clear beneath the temporary storms of the mind. When you remember this truth, you no longer see anxiety as permanent or defining. You begin to recognize it as fleeting and powerless. Each time anxious thoughts arise, remind yourself that they are only clouds, and you are the vast sky that holds them. This perspective softens the weight of anxiety and reconnects you with your inner calm. The more you return to this truth, the easier it becomes to let anxious thoughts pass without clinging to them. You do not have to chase them away or fight them. You only need to rest in the awareness that peace is always here. Beneath the noise, beneath the fear, your being is calm, whole, and unshaken, waiting for you to come home to it again and again. Beloved, your anxious mind does not define you. It is simply a pattern that can be softened and released through gentle daily practice. By choosing peaceful thoughts, affirming your safety, breathing with awareness, setting clear intentions, pausing in moments of unrest, ending each day with gratitude, guiding your mind with patience, and remembering your natural state of calm, you create a new way of living. Every small step you take toward peace strengthens your connection to the truth within you. Anxiety may come and go, but your inner calm is everlasting, and with love practice and gentleness, you can return to it whenever you choose